I scoffed my pizza and then I recycled the box. And I made an apothecary. I said it right. Oh my God, I'm very excited. Oh, in this video, I'm going to do a little bit of recycling. Yes! Oh, I love it. Ages ago, I think it was August time, I bought a couple of molds. I became obsessed with like miniature bottles. I bought these 2 molds. I love them. I absolutely love them. And then I created a couple of bottles with jasmonite and then I painted them and here they are. And then I've done with the foam clay, I've done these skeleton hands. And that was just me playing and see what I could do. And then I thought, oh my God, yes, I did become obsessed with the bottles and I bought a load more. But this is going to be a 2-parts video. So on this video, I'm going to be making the apothecary. Apothecary to hold all of the bottles, and these are mini bottle shakers. So on the next video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make bottles, a little poison books to go on my little bookshelf. They're so adorable. But yeah, I will show that on the next video. So this is going to be part 1 and it's going to be all about making the apothecary. To do that, I'm going to show you all the materials that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be recycling a pizza box. Being Italian, I love pizza and I finally found the place that they do pizza very close to what I can get at home. So it goes without saying, I'm absolutely loving it. So if you live in down south, there we go. They are amazing. They're really, really good. But anyway, let's not get distracted. So I'm not going to use all of it. I'm only going to use the bottom bit. So the apothecary is going to be about this big. And it's going to have 2 shelves. I was planning to do the drawers at the bottom. Not the drawers, but like as if it was a cupboard. But I'm not sure I'm going to have enough space. And because these bottles are adhesive. And that's what I'm using as a measurement. So I think to do that, I scrapped the idea of just doing the cupboards. And then as the paper straws are good for nothing, I'll be using them to build all around the edges and to build the whole frame and reinforce the bookshelf. And also just to give it like a little bit of texture. So I'm going to be using paper straws. And then I'm going to do like some sort of papier mâché. And in some of the packagings that I've received recently, I got a lot of this paper. So what I will be doing, I will be covering the whole thing. Once I glued all the pieces in place, I'm going to cover it with this paper, which is some sort of tissue paper. And then I will be using my clear PVA glue to stick and do like a decoupage or papier mâché. Them two. So just to cover the whole bookshelf. And then I will be using, like, I've been cutting bits of the top of the box to make the little shelves inside and do the sides. I'm going to do strips, just as I said, just to give it a little bit of texture. A bit more like, I don't know, just a little bit more. I'm going to use these little wooden semi-spheres. I'm going to use them for the feet. I haven't decided whether I can use the big ones or I'm going to use the little ones. I haven't decided yet, so let's see. Let's see how I get on. And then to give it like a baroque kind of antique look, I've got these molds. I love them. I absolutely love them. Look at them. These are gonna be perfect. And I did measure the length of the box, and I think it's about 19 centimeters. and this is about 10, 11. So this with either this or these is going to be okay. But I don't want to do too much, but I'm going to do them. And the way I'm going to create this, I found another air dry clay. Woohoo! Oh my God, this is a mixture between foam clay and just normal air dry clay. Look at this. Oh, it's not as sticky as foam clay. And once you work it, you can even put a little bit of PVA glue to make it really, really smooth. And yeah, but, oh, it smells funny. Apparently it's a Japanese product and it's very, very cool because it works like a clay, but it's got sort of like the sponginess of foam clay. Goes without saying that I think it's a little bit pricey. It is a little bit, but it's very cool. I love it. And I've been looking at it on Amazon and I thought, I'm going to get it. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to be using this to make the little shapes and then stick them onto the frame. And then I've got some macrame cord to do a little bit of details. I think it's just to finish off the edges at the top because although I'm going to be using these are going to be too flimsy to just glue them onto the box. So it does need a little bit of support at the back. So, and then I'm going to cut like a little bit of cardboard, do like a little shape for the top bit, and then I'm going to finish it off with this. Then I'm going to paint all the lot with black acrylic paint. And once that is done, I'm going to dry brush it with some gold paint. I love this gold paint, by the way. This is amazing. I bought it in London. It's so cool. So cool. Goes without saying that you will need a brush and hot glue. Let's not forget the ruler if you want to be precise. I think these are all the materials that we need to make it. But I'm going to stop faffing about and I'm going to crack on because I am so excited. Can you imagine how long I've been waiting for this? It's flipping October and I made this in August. But there we go. Here I am and now I'm making it. I'll see you in a bit. It's time for voiceover Connie. Here we go. This is the beginning of my apothecary. I do love that word, although sometimes, more often than not, I don't say it properly. So it's my practice run. As you can see, I just measured and the straws just fit perfectly, which was a bonus. What I wanted to achieve is like the box obviously is square, but I didn't want to have a square bookshelf. So what I've done, I've cut a couple of strips of 2 centimeters each and then glue them on the sides. So then just to give it a little bit more of a rectangular shape. And then I proceeded to trim the straws to size just to put them as a base for the shelves. And then I thought, maybe they're not going to be strong enough. So I reinforced them with some skewers. And in here you can see that I'm measuring where the holes should be. Not that I did get it right, but the first one went in fairly good. But the second one, it was a little bit of a struggle, which obviously I didn't show you. And then obviously trimmed it, but it did leave a little bit of knobbly bits, which I'm going to be sorting out later on in the video. And in here you can see that I'm cutting the strips for the shelves, which were about 5 centimeters, which is the depth of the box, basically. After I glued the shelves together, I decided to reinforce them. So I just cut little bits of straw just to put them on the sides, just to make sure that it was gonna hold everything. Not that the bottles are going to be that heavy, but I don't want it to collapse all at some point, or just bend down or whatever. And then in here I started to decorate the sides. This is what I was talking about. I don't know if I can describe it, but basically I just tidy up the edges. Oh, and then I started making the decorations, the Baroque decorations. That clay is brilliant. It is like working with foam clay, but it's a little bit sturdier. It's not as flimsy, and it's a dream to work with, because with foam clay, I would have had to fill the molds and then put them in the freezer for a little while. But this one, whoa, it came out a treat, and it was easy to cut and easy to trim as well. And then, yeah, I've just measured up and just see how it would look. And it was perfect, and I absolutely loved it. Oh, here I'm cutting like the strips. You know, I said I was going to tidy up the edges of the box where the holes for the skewers are showing. Well, there we go. This is what I'm doing. And I just cut little strips of 1 centimeters each, and then glue them to the side to just tidy up the whole thing. After I cut all of the strips, I did make sure that they were all fitting and everything, but I got a little bit distracted and I started trimming all the Baroque decorations. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. It was a little bit fiddly because obviously they're very ornate. And it took me a little while, but I'm not gonna bore you with all of it. You get the gist of it. I just got a little craft knife and the scissors and start cutting the excess from all of the decorations that I was gonna be using, making sure not to break anything. And then, yeah, I proceeded with gluing the sides and tidy up. As the cardboard box has got a couple of holes at the bottom, obviously to make the pizza breathe a little bit, I've cut a little strip and just to make sure that it fitted inside. I had to trim it a little bit more, and as you can see, I just used the box to measure the size. I don't know why, but I did not glue it. I left it like that. Something that I might be regretting moving forward? Hopefully not. But let's see. Then I proceeded. I didn't like the ending of the bookshelf, of the shelves. So I just decided to just tidy them up with gluing the straws at the end. So we just gave it a really nice little edge. And then I covered the lot with that kind of tissue paper. It's a little bit like grease paper, so it's a little bit shiny, so it was a bit fiddly to stick it on, but it worked a treat, I think. Well, that's a bit of a spoiler alert. But I'll let you crack on with the video. Yeah, I just basically glued it all over the top, and I haven't really thought about all the pieces of paper. I just grabbed bits and just stuck them on. I put the glue on the box first, and then I put the piece of paper and then put the glue on top of it. And that's it. That's all I was doing. And obviously trimmed the bits where it was too big or whatever, and stuck them down. That was a little bit challenging. That was a bit tricky to do it inside because it wouldn't stick. But oh, I managed. Yay! Now that the bookshelf has been completely covered in that sort of tissue paper, it's time to decorate it. Oh, also has been dried at least overnight. I think, I can't remember, but yeah, it was overnight. And now I'm attaching all of the Baroque decorations. What I'm doing here with a thinner card, I'm just creating a template to place the Baroque decorations. And as you can see, I folded the card in half because I wanted it to be symmetrical and sort of like be a little bit more precise, Connie. And once I was happy with it and it was all working, I proceeded to attach the feet, as you can see. And those little semi-spheres, I ended up going for the little ones. And they are 1.5 centimeters in diameter. And then I started gluing all of the other decorations. And then I reported the design that I drew earlier onto a cardboard and then proceeded in cutting it and then glue all of the Baroque decorations on it. And once I was happy with it, I just stuck it on the bookshelf and then proceeded to paint the whole thing in black. Now that the bookshelf has been painted, it's time, and the paint obviously is dried, it's time to put the finishing touches. And I just got the macrame cord. I think it's about 1 centimeter, the macrame cord, and I'll just put it all around the top just to, as I said, just to tidy up and just make it and not leaving the sharp edge of the cardboard. It was a little bit tricky because obviously there's loads of like sharp corners, but I've used the little knife to just help me just to put them inside. And once it was done, I think I've lost the footage. I'm not sure what happened, but I've covered it, I painted it in black, and then I proceed in doing the dry brushing. And when you do the dry brushing, just make sure that you don't have a lot of paint on your brush and that your brush is completely dry, because otherwise it's just going to be diluted, and you don't need to dilute the paint. It's like literally you only need a tiny amount. Yay! Oh my god! The apothecary is now ready. Oh, look at this! What do you think? Ah, look at those details. I am very, very happy on how it turned out. And the dry brushing worked really, really well. And on the details. And the cord, I think he finished it off really, really nicely. I'm very, very pleased with it. What do you think? Do you like it? And then, yeah, I used the little ones, the little buttons, the little wooden semi-spheres, because I think the other ones were too big. And I think it was going to be a little bit too unbalanced. It wasn't standing out properly. There we go. All there is left to do is make the bottles. Yeah, all I need to do now is make the bottles. Oh my god. These ones fit in really, really nicely. Obviously, I've got to jiggle a little bit because I've done the border on the shelves. But yeah, look at that. Ta-da! And ta-da! Although, I don't think I'm going to be putting these bottles on this apothecary. I'm going to do all the other ones, like the little ones, and those ones are shakers. Which means I can feel them and you can shake them and put them back and go. Oh, I'm very excited. Very, very excited. As if you can't tell. And I've got a few little bits, but you'll have to wait for the next video when I show you how I'm going to make, how to use those molds and how to make the bottles. I'm very excited. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, why not give me the thumbs up? It really helps my channel to grow. And also, if you really, really liked it, why not subscribe and hit the bell so you can receive the notifications on when the next video is out. Because there's going to be more. There's going to be so much more. I just need to find the time to do all of it. All of it. Also, just to remind you, I am on Coffee. So if you'd like to support my channel, the link is going to be in the description to my Coffee. Thank you so much for watching. Take care for now, and I'll see you on the next one when we make the bottles. And the books. Let's not forget the books. The books. Very important. Take care. Bye-bye.